All right, welcome guys to the channel again. It's been a crazy week, crazy interesting one. We've been seeing a lot of things going back and forth lately. We could see that on Tuesday or Wednesday after the closing of market on Tuesday. We saw that Bitcoin crash crazy based on the news of China trying to put a ban on cryptocurrencies, and not just the cryptocurrencies. We could also see the effects on the indexes. We could see the Dow Jones went down crazy from about 35 or $34,000 to about $33,600 on the aftermarket on Tuesday, and we could see the S&P 500 going down by 0.43% over the last 5 days, and we could see the huge drop from $4,100 to $4,000 on Wednesday, as well as on the Nasdaq index. Nasdaq has been pretty stable though. It also went down a little bit, but it had a quick recovery on Wednesday, and we could see that we had a lot of notifications based on the crude oil futures, which is relatively on the high side right now. And a lot of some of the major events that happened last week was the split stock that was announced by Nvidia. So there's gonna be a voting. Probably if you have Nvidia stocks right now, you might have gotten a notification to put your votes in if you're in support of the split stock, or also in support of the dividend that you're planning to pay. So the split stock for Nvidia is going to be 4 for 1. It means if you have, let's say, one Nvidia stock, you probably will be having four stocks as a replacement. That is, it's going to be 4 for 1. So I think that's a good thing. I feel like that means the prices are going to be lesser, and a lot of people now can buy more into the stock at a relatively cheap price, which is good for the company. And thus the approval for dividend also is going to be on based on the votes on June 21. So I think if they can also decide to start paying dividend, it's gonna really encourage more investors to go into stock. So this might be something you want to check out for your picks or for a long time investment. Of course, we all know Nvidia is a chip maker company, and they're really strong in the market. So Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. It's a long term position that I'm in, and I would always encourage you to check it out. And we could also see the reverse split stock, which is not always a good one. Reverse split stock basically means instead of like increasing in numbers, the stocks you probably have would be decreasing in numbers. We could see that in custom maritime. Actually, not decreasing in numbers, but decrease in value. We could see that in custom maritime. They're actually planning a reverse split stock, and we have ONTX, one of our picks, which is oncology, a therapeutic company, and they already had the reverse split, which is 1 to 15 reverse split stock. And this kind of affected the stock market price. It was dropping drastically. It's not a good news for investors when you start having reverse split stock. It means you're probably running into trouble trying to get, check the value of your stocks. So that's a position that we might be getting out of the ONTX because of this kind of news. And some of the major things that happened last week, we saw some big companies making quarterly earnings announcements. Number one, Walmart, which is a great company. That happened on Monday. We could see the high rise or the huge bump in the stock price after they relatively beat expectation from $139 to about $144 on Tuesday. And if you probably are in the stock, you would have really enjoyed the effect of the quarterly earnings, and they beat the quarterly earnings by 0.46% earnings per share, or $0.46 earnings per share, and also beat it on revenue. So Walmart became relatively stable afterwards, like it's been trading out 1.140 above, although we haven't got into the all-time high price or the 52 weeks high-time price, which is $151 per share. But based on the earnings, the financial statements, it looks like it's a relatively stable thing going on right now with the company, and you might still want to keep that in your watch list and keep investing in them. And one of our major picks also had a quarterly announcement last week, Idex, ticker symbol IDEX. These are one of the companies involved in manufacturing the components used to manufacture electric vehicle, and we have always spoken about being in Ideonomics for a long-term position and expecting it to bounce back to the all-time high price, which is around $5.5, currently trading at $2.75. But over the past 5 days we could see a rise of 11.79%. So Ideonomics had an earnings announcement. Some of our interesting picks that we always talk about are companies that are into cryptocurrency mining, such as Riot and Mara and other stocks. So Riot was really going with the wave of the cryptocurrency. The huge drop on Tuesday, talking about 40 or 30% drop in the cryptocurrency market, wiping up about $1 trillion out of the crypto market. And we saw a huge drop from Riot blockchain company from about $25 to $22 on Wednesday, and we saw a quick comeback on the cryptocurrency. But afterwards, we are still seeing a drop down. Why are we seeing a drop down? We're seeing a drop down because China is reiterating the fact that they're banning the cryptocurrency space. So I feel like Chinese government want to have their own currency and have what they're going to monitor themselves. Aside from the fact that Elon Musk also tweeted about the environmental pollutions that is caused by Bitcoin itself, which actually led to the first 15% drop from all-time $65 high to about 50K, and then another drop on Tuesday, which got Bitcoin price to about $32,000 all low. And some of the diamond hands or the believers of crypto got more into the cryptocurrency, and that in respect affects the blockchain or crypto mining companies such as Riot, Coinbase, and etc. So you want to be very, very careful about the volatility of cryptos, given the fact that a single news can really have such a high impact on the prices in very few minutes or very few seconds. And we had some also nice announcement from NNDA Nanodynamics, which is one of our picks that we've always been looking at. Not so good quarterly earnings announcement. We have Chipotle. Chipotle is a very common one, ticker symbol CMG. And those were kind of like some of the big events that happened in the previous week. And now some of the things that we may be looking for in the coming week. So in the coming week, it's really hard to pick stocks lately. We kind of like try not to FOMO or buy into positions right now, because we could see a lot of billionaires also selling their positions. People are trying to keep money. We're expecting a recession because the US economy, they keep printing money and printing cash and giving this COVID relief or unemployment relief to their citizens, which in turn could have an impact on the economy or the financials of the United States. So we are trying right now to hold as much cash as we can and to be on a safe side, because the market is highly unpredictable. We thought we were going to have April rip after a March dip, but this is May and we're still having some dips in the stock market, very unstable. Right now, I would be more comfortable investing in index or probably just holding my money and watching for opportunities. For instance, seeing Tesla go down to a very, very discount price, as well as other companies like Neo and Xpeng and EV companies or growth stocks basically. So BNGO, Dynamics. But we are going to be expecting some great earnings announcement next week. Some of them are Zoom. I'm not really sure if they're going to have a great one, because we are talking about getting back to the offices. A lot of some information are coming up on LinkedIn. People talking about how they have Zoom fatigue. Even the CEO of Zoom. So people are kind of like super done with this regime or this event of Zoom or remote working. And some of the economy is already opening. We can see in Europe people are starting to have immunity, as well as in immunity for the COVID vaccine, as well as in the United States. So people are beginning to get back to normal life to an extent, and perhaps if the universities and schools start opening up, we might not be using Zoom as much as we did use it. So we have earnings announcement for Zoom. We have HP, which is the hardware company. We have ChargePoint. So talking about ChargePoint, which is into one of the biggest players of the charging station for electric vehicle, ticker symbol CHPT. That is a company that I've advised some of my closest people to actually look into and probably get a positions in them, because we are looking at a lot of companies. For instance, Lamborghini talking about the fact that they want to, or a lot of speed car companies talking about the fact that they want to go into full electric vehicle in 2030, 2050. We also have Volkswagen talking about how electric vehicle is the future that they're looking into. So charge point station. We also have Plug, ticker symbol PLUG, responsible for um, electric vehicle batteries and things like that. So we might want to look into companies like that, Blink Charger, companies that are into electric, because this seems to be the future of what a lot of companies are trying to go into. And given the fact that a lot of society is now currently thinking about how to better improve environmental impact on oil and petroleum, oil and gas, as well as several adverse effects. So we also realized that we had some news in the United States where people are kind of like really trying to get to buy fuel in private cans, which is quite dangerous. So I think some of these events are part of the catalyst that would encourage us to fully move into electric vehicles or electric motor vehicles. And one of the other key announcement we're looking at next week is Docusign. We've mentioned this probably in 6 or 7 videos back. Docusign is the company that probably went really high during COVID because of the ability for us to sign documents remotely. But like I said, going back to workspace interaction with people, we might be seeing a drop in some of the stocks. So right now, there will be no peak for us in the next week or in the next couple of weeks, because we are trying to see how the economy is going to go. We're trying to see if Biden agenda is going to be approved by the Senate, and we're also looking at recession. We're trying to like be careful with our funds and trying to take opportunity wherever we see one. So at the moment, you probably just want to like look out and probably consolidate some of the big companies or some of the stable companies that you believe in, buying to more of their shares. But it's always safer to keep cash. So that being said, I'll see you on the next video, and hit the like button, subscribe. Peace.